Zehan. I'm just posting a quick response to PhD and geopolitical analyst Peter Zehan. He posted a video about Israel missile defense, and I think it's generally accurate. The one part which was missing, in my opinion, is sort of how Israel's defense strategy, um, starting from the position as a regional power who's also ideologically, culturally, um, ethnically distinct from other countries in the region. Um, they're also not an ethno state, right? Um, and so, strategically, when you think about Israel's missile defense system, and you know, as it's developed over time, one of the inputs, which Peter didn't touch on directly, is the fact that they are aware that the region may develop more high speed capabilities over time, more guided and coordinated attacks, and that these are also historically something that's importantly from the perspective of um, Hezbollah, Hamas, and other regional powers, um, somewhat ingrained politically and socially in a way that is unique to the region, right? So it's a geopolitical, we can say it's a geopolitical result. This is one of the things that goes into that strategy. The other way to say this is that, well, it's a geopolitical result, but it's not all about autonomy and ownership in Hamas and Hezbollah. The other thing that has to go into it is the fact that there's just regional competition, and there's this long-stand realist rivalry as well. And so, sort of isolating that part out means that Israel does have this missile defense technology, but also how it's developed largely is because Israel's been able to be somewhat successful developing intelligence infrastructure across and over the border. And so when you're wondering about what they buy, when they buy, who they train, um, the more tactical military questions and stuff like that, um, that's one way to take that conversation. The sort of other way to, I don't know if there is another way to understand it from like the military perspective. Um, the other idea is that, in some sense, if you're Israel, uh, sort of appreciating and denying aspects of sovereignty and autonomy from the security perspective, um, is also a means for Israel to index less on offensive capabilities. Um, which, again, when we talk about one strategy, two strategies, three strategies, four strategies, and we're trying to bubble stuff up into something simple to understand, um, you know, I think it's always useful looking at capabilities and things like this in terms of conflict avoidance or conflict deterrence elsewhere. But again, being able to sort of shortly and quickly build around, like having those institutions and stuff placed, and how militaries have to respond to stuff like that. It's just one of the interesting things. So, yeah, I'm a big Peter Zehan fan. He's always hiking places I'm not. I do love my local Phoenix area, but it's nice to see someone who gets to think about impactful things and stuff. Whatever. Not that yeah, a guy like Peter gets to think about the most impactful topics in the world, and he also he gets to go places while he does that. So that's incredible to me. Um, yeah. So appreciating history and peace and all that other stuff. Peace.